Today I want to build something weird in Paralives. I've had this idea for a little while now, a beehive-inspired house, but I had no idea how the heck I was going to do that in The Sims. We have so much freedom in Paralives. We can do any angle that we want. I think we should celebrate that. I'm going to just go in with the vague notion of making a beehive-inspired house, hexagon rooms, and we'll just see where it takes us. Okay, so I thought this lot would be a nice one to build on. It's got a cool view. It's on the hill. I do think I'll need to flatten out the terrain a little bit. I'm thinking like a tiered kind of deal. And then the rooms will be hexagons inside. Okay, so then we want it to be 120 degrees. So we'll have to turn off the grid. And then it'll be the same all the way around. So I'm pressing Alt on my keyboard. That one is 121 for some reason. I guess I was a fraction of an angle off somewhere. I don't think we can copy and paste them. It's not going to be perfect. That is not. I'm not sure if I want to stagger them or have them go straight up. I think I do want to stagger them. It's going to be so much more work. Or 7. See, I just wish I could shift over everything a little bit without having to rebuild it completely. Okay, so it's going to be 5 feet. Yeah, a lot of these hexagons are going to be off. Do bees do everything perfectly? No, so neither should we. I am getting better at eyeballing these. What a useless skill to build. This is so hard. I wish I could lock in the angle or the length, because having to get both at once, man, I think the easier way is to get the angle first and then get the size right. I think that my plan is to open some of these up with a separator tool, and we'll just have like the flooring be different for the cells, because 5 feet hexagons is not going to be big enough for all the furniture that we need, like a bed or a couch. But I'll see what we can do. I do love me some weird architecture. 5'2", 123. Allison. Just checking how it looks from the outside. It's kind of cool like this, actually. I feel like I could do something with some stairs. Yeah, like I don't want it perfectly symmetrical, which I would definitely not be able to achieve that anyway. But yeah, maybe it's time to put in some stairs. All right, and now let's give it a try. Okay, yeah, he's running. Nice. Gosh, where do I start? Should I make a big hexagon up top? I don't know. I kind of like the greebled look on the bottom 2 floors that are offset. Yeah, maybe we'll just do like another offset. Yeah, there we go. And then, oh God, this is such a mess. No, please stop growing. Please stop. Why? Okay, I kind of like it. It's making me think of MC Escher. Okay, so now let's test if you can go into the room. Yeah, and then down here. Yeah, and then down here. I think this all should work. Nice. Okay, what a crazy house. So maybe we do like an 8 foot. Yeah, and it can just be like a little atrium. I like it. I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 floors. Now for some wallpaper. All right, so it is a pretty big house. And like I was talking about, I wanted to get some carpets. So I could get like a few different colors of these. Yeah, we can do all kinds of fun flooring. I like this. It's like a patchwork. Let's take a look at the furniture and see what we can fit in. I'm curious about the bed situation. Let's just try with this one. Yeah, we could do the rounded archways. I like that. All right, my little tester bee. Okay, yeah, he can get in. This is very maze-like. Don't think we have any hexagon windows. Okay, so that's our bottom floor, and then we can get a better door in. Yeah, maybe something like that. And let's get a bunch of arches in here. I'm just gonna put them everywhere. I was really not sure if this house idea was gonna work out, but now that I'm starting to see it come together, I'm excited about it. For a bee-themed house, we want a lot of flowers and plants. Now I'm thinking we definitely need a bathroom, so maybe that could be here next to the bedroom. It's actually quite big. We could even fit everything into this one room, I think. I really am kind of tempted to put in archways in here instead of the door. I don't know if the vibe is worth the lack of privacy. Such an interesting shape. It doesn't really fit in the hexagon room, and that actually fits in really nicely. It's a bit dizzying. This could be a house for a lot of paras, like a real beehive. Like I think 8 is our maximum number of paras, so we could do 8. And if we wanted to like imitate bee biology, we could have like our drones downstairs, and then like up here could be like the queen's chambers with the males. So maybe this can be our little dressing room area since we have our bed here. Okay, and this is obviously the entryway, so we need a console table. I love these warm wood tones we have going. Maybe a bench for taking off your shoes. Okay, and then this way I think I want the kitchen, which will probably be spread out over a couple of rooms. I am gonna have to start deleting archways at some point. And then for our counters, we can kind of shove a couple together. And that's just for show. I don't think these are gonna be functional. I wish we had curved island pieces here. So I'm hoping part of this is functional at least. We can get a sink and a dishwasher. I don't know if we can fit both. I guess that works. And then we can use this counter for prep maybe. I am liking it though. So if we squeeze this like back into the side a little bit more, hopefully we'll be able to walk around it. Okay, this is dazzling. It's quite confusing. So I do want to use this. It's so naturey. So maybe it can be like a little coffee station. I don't think the coffee machines work right now, but yeah, we could have a little coffee machine here and then like maybe some mugs too. I thought that it would be too small, but it's actually huge. But the rooms are kind of too small, so it's an interesting conundrum. So I want to get some mugs for this coffee station. We can have a couple that are stacked up like this, and maybe a little bit of sugar too. And see, I think one of the challenges here is going to be filling up the room without blocking the archways. These interior rooms especially. Now I was talking about a living room. No pattern for the cushions, but we can change the color a little. And maybe the TV can go on like a coffee table like this. And I like the triangular one. Yeah, like a retro VHS. Then we can have another seating area somewhere. And I like the weave on this one. It does remind me of the beehive, the honeycomb. I really wish we had garden pots because I feel like these 3 rooms would be nice for a greenhouse. I'm trying to think about what I want to do with the window situation as well as the roofing. Like, I don't know if I want to leave it this way or put like a fence around the top or what. Yeah, maybe I can have like 3 bedrooms down here. And I'll just grab the bed right now. I do think we'll be putting in some kind of bathroom on this level as well, but it's going to be more luxurious. Yeah, and then this floor maybe can be for hobbies. Like we'll have some easels, some music up here. And then this floor will be our main greenhouse. And then we could get like dresser and stuff over here. We can put our standing mirror like that. The sun rug, definitely. I like that one. It reminds me of those old-fashioned bee baskets, like the woven ones. I think we can even repeat the sun rug in a few places. Mary Shelley's desk. And then we want a computer, get a yellow one, and we can put up one of our flower pictures. I like the wooden frame. Maybe that, and then maybe we can get some flowers in here too. Oh, we can put some by the tub. I like that. And on the toilet. And in the toilet. Might have to shrink these down a little. And I'm thinking maybe some plants here would be good. I think we have to do the stump. We can get a couple of them and shrink some of them down a little. Oh, they are the same height though. I was kind of hoping for separate heights. Ooh, and maybe a shelf above the bed with some cascading flowers. I think that would be really cute. And we could do our own little like beehive with these, but these are squares. That is so pretty. Yeah, we can put some little herbs there too, and maybe something else also. This does have a little bit of a surreal feel. I mean, it's cute and cozy. It's not like the back rooms, but there is something strange about it. I don't know if it's actually a bee. It looks more like a beetle now that I look at it closely, but it's so bee-like. We definitely have to put them somewhere. And then the birds and the bees famously go together. I know we have some honey clutter, so I think we can put this around in different spots. Then of course in the kitchen we'll have a couple. If we just overlap them, I think that works pretty nicely. I feel like maybe we should get a pantry room somewhere too. It could be like this room here. Maybe we can do a tea room somewhere too. That's looking nice. I do feel like we need to put something here. Maybe it'll just be more plants. Ooh, maybe I could put this kettle in the coffee corner. And I feel like there's like a milk jug or something. Oh, running out of money. Actually, I'm surprised that just the money from demolishing their house and whatever they had in the bank got us this far. $1 million. Hopefully that'll do it. I am prepared to cheat more though. Money is no object here. So we could put this hutch, but it would cover up the windows. It's just a little bit awkward there. But I think I'm feeling the tea cart. That's pretty cute. You don't get much privacy in this house, like not even for sleep, not if you're a drone. When I think about putting the bedrooms in any of these rooms in the middle, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, so I think all the drones will get the same bed. And then we want the bed facing like this, so that way they can get in through here. Okay, yeah, and then that way these two can share like the dressing room. I wonder if we could squeeze a nightstand in here. Maybe another stump, get an alarm clock. I'll put a little tea room in here. Yeah, maybe with this table. Maybe I should remove this. That would give us a little more room to do other things. Okay, so we have TV, we have sitting, chatting room, and we have a reading room, and we have an office, tea room, dining room, pantry, kitchen, other kitchen, coffee room. Yeah, I like the way this is going so far. And then we just got these 2 other rooms, which might just be hallways connecting. This is awkward, this space. Okay, I'm not totally sure about this. It's a lot of windows. And we did say office space here and then plants here. So I'm just going to put in a couple just to remind myself. And I think with this one, we'll have like a central hub, but the offices won't necessarily connect to each other. And then we can just get our desks in. We could even have a couple like back to back like that. This could be like our version of the painting basement goblin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that from The Sims. I think it was an idea for The Sims 3 or 2 maybe originally. Basically, you create a sim or you kidnap one and you lock them in the basement and they have a bed, a fridge, a toilet, you know, all the stuff they need to survive, plus an easel. Every so often you just go down and you sell their paintings and the rest of the time you forget about them. And that's how you make a ton of money. It's kind of deranged.
Yeah, so you enter through here and then you can go into the office or you can go into the painting room. Can't put in a grand piano, but we can put in an upright piano and then maybe a couple guitars. So maybe we can like block off 3 rooms and we'll have just like a super luxurious bathtub. We could even have it like this and then have our archways. Get rid of this wall, I guess. There was a tub earlier that I was looking at. It was kind of a weird shape. I wonder if that would fit. Yeah, this one. I don't think it will. Okay, well, I tried. So I was thinking it can just be kind of in the middle like this, and we can have a shower somewhere else too. Then we can put in some little shelves and stuff. The toilet can be over here, and this can be like the sink area in the dressing room. And then the rest of this can be the queen's quarters.
My friend saw this and was like, "This is insane." Which, yeah, it definitely is, but I have a vision. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm liking the white here, so maybe we'll go for like a dark brown instead. And then I think some hanging plants would be good here, and some flowers. And we'll get some milk and sugar too. I'm kind of thinking we can have them like around the center, and then we'll also have a chandelier. It does impede our view a little bit, but I think it's worth it for the vibe. And I forgot to put honey on the tea table, which obviously we need. Maybe we can have a book in here also, like this one. Oh, the flower pillows definitely need. Oh, okay, you could put plants like on the back of the couch. Yeah, 1 bathroom for 3 drones. I mean, I guess it works. This will be the toilet room. The queen can have a throne. Ooh, we can get a pattern on this one. Okay, pretty ridiculous, but there it is. You got a toilet with a view. Now for the sink. I've kind of ignored this one, and I think I'm going to keep ignoring it. The thing about downstairs is we don't have a lot of wall space, but we can put it here in our sitting room, maybe a couple of them. And then this can be like the dressing room, so we can have like a vanity, which I don't think we have real vanities, but we can make one out of a desk. I think we got a good vanity chair. Yes, this one. And then a mirror. Oh yeah, we could do the makeup mirror too. Okay, yeah, that's a good layout. This can be like the receiving area. Maybe not a kitchen, but maybe dining. Dining and the bed area. And build out our walls again. I like that. So I want it to be very like lush and comfy. I want to see if I can like curve this around in a way that looks good. Yeah, that's actually not bad. And maybe we'll make it the 4-person bed, or maybe just the 3. God, yeah, fitting it in here. We can have it sticking out the window a little bit. Oh no, but there's glass. Yeah, we could have it like that. And then a little dining nook maybe over here. I do wish they didn't like cut into the tablecloth though. Yeah, but look at that light. Doesn't that just look so nice? I'll get some more arches for this area. It really does feel like a liminal space. Well, especially when the rooms are so empty like this. I'm gonna cozy it up, but I don't mind it maintaining that like surreal feel. The thing about the windows is they look insane from the outside, but then on the inside they look really nice. Much to consider. Maybe a small mirror for the dresser here, like this one. Yeah, I think our queen is going to be a little bit of a diva and a fashionista, but like a cottagecore one. And then for the nightstands, I think we want these wooden ones. And I did this for another build, I think, but I'm going to put them in here and it'll be like they're kind of built in. Get some kind of hobby over here. How about stargazing? And that is a lovely view. Maybe we can put a half wall, and I kind of want to make it thick. Then maybe we can have another sitting area over here, and we can put a picture up. And of course, we're going to fill this space with flowers. And then I think for the flooring upstairs, we might just keep it uniform. Although the seam looks kind of weird, so maybe the middle one will be different. Sure, that works. And I think I'll get another rug too. Oh, okay, this one definitely has bee vibes. I'm going to use that some other places too. Yeah, these are definitely the 2 most iconic bee patterns, the hexagons and the stripes. Maybe we can put up a clock of some kind. Talkie Tico. Yeah, wow, it is kind of dizzying to try to get around this house. And I think I'll put up another clock at the queen's quarters. These are our 2 options. This one fits with our cottagey look a little bit more, so I think I'll go with that one. Oh, and how did I not think to put these up before? These hexagons, like a no-brainer. Yeah, we can overlap them so they tile together. Love that. I've painstakingly placed all these overlapping wall decorations to make this light up wall behind our throne. So I hope you like it because it took a while. And if this didn't have more of a gamer vibe, I would give the queen this expensive computer. Since it does, maybe we will go with a laptop instead. Oh, and we can get a little shoe rack. How about a bench for our astronomy corner? I'm gonna put in the lips. That's so funny. I can make them like super pouty, like a Bratz doll. This one does remind me of insect wings a little bit. I was considering putting the tea card up here too. Yeah, maybe just like that. How about some books? Like a stack of astronomy books. One has a little moon on it looks like, and a cloud. That's good enough for me. And the books can be there for easy access. I mean, we could have this just be like an antechamber
or just like a flower feature right in the middle. Okay, that one is absolutely not a perfect hexagon. And somehow the game knew to make it grass underneath. It didn't mess with the ceiling above, so I'm grateful for that. And you know what? I am realizing we don't have a nursery for any baby bees. Yeah, maybe this upstairs area can be our nursery for both plants and babies. Babies. Let's work on the pantry. Wheel of cheese, a bread box. Shrink down a tray and get that on there. Maybe have some teacups. I would love to get a cake to put on here and a little spice rack. And then we got to put in some jams. Maybe we free up another wall by deleting this archway. And then we can have shelves on the side, perhaps. It's a little too thick for my preference. Yeah, we can do the clock. Why not? And then on the shelves, I do wish we had more produce. We can put a few pumpkins, I think, and maybe some fruit. Put in some tea tins, some glass bottles. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cute. And then for this room, I'm thinking maybe like a runner rug. Oh, I like this one. It's like a picnic blanket. I kind of want to include that. I know that these are bees, not ants, but I feel like picnics still do tend to have a lot of them. Maybe each of our worker bees downstairs has their own hat like this. Okay, and then the nursery. I do want to work on this. Yeah, I think this stripy yellow one would be great. And we can take our sunshine rug and then we can have those like in alternating spots. And then our plants can be in the other chambers. I don't think we have any like mobile hanging kind of thing. I mean, we've got the stars, like we have these. I'm a little skeptical about the safety of pointing objects above a crib. You know, we'll trust. Yeah, we can just pretend they move. A bunch of wooden tables of different heights. We can definitely use this crate. We'll kind of mix up the woods here, I think. Maybe we can even use this live edge one. Can shrink it down a little. Each of the cribs could have a different stuffed animal. These unpacking animals are so cute. A potty in the middle. I don't think those are functional at this point. And you know, I'm not up on all the latest child safety regulations, so I don't know if you're supposed to put things in a kid's crib. I just think it looks cozy. Definitely get our flowers in here. Maybe a few different colors of orchids and some hanging plants. And we can put some other plants that we didn't have downstairs, upstairs too, just for some more variety. Okay, so maybe the high chairs can go in their rooms. And I wonder when they'll fix that glitch that makes any babies that are born be born to the current household instead of the household the mother lives in. Because that is a pretty funny glitch. Like my sim self got saddled with a baby that she didn't want. So she got married to Kareem and then moved them both out. I think it's time to do some of the exterior work. Now we want a lot of fruity kind of trees. Love this pink tree. I definitely want to include that somewhere. I don't want to have too many competing tones though, so I might skip the maple. Oh, and I love the willow tree. Wish we could have a pond. And then this one is an apple tree, which I was thinking about before. Yeah, I think we could do like a little orchard maybe. I would have liked to have a few different colors of apples just to represent different varieties. And I'll just have a few apple trees kind of dotted around. So it's like we're in an orchard. It's called Supreme Strangler's Tree of Remembrance. So I'm not exactly sure. We'll say it's a cherry tree. So this is like a cherry and apple orchard. Bees love lavender. Thankfully, we can change the rose colors. I do want to have a good variety of those. So I want like a little bit of a winding path and it can lead to the front door and also to the staircase. Yeah, I think we want lots of different varieties of flowers. And this is Miss Hedgehog's Hideout. It's a very cute name. And then I would like to put in some of the weeds too because they have some really pretty flowers and it fits in with our wildflower field. So I did some stuff off camera, as you can see. Changed the windows and I added this little gazebo thingy on top. So we have our willow tree here and then I thought we could like put some benches. Yeah, maybe a little stone bench. And I would love to have a pond here. I feel like willow trees go really well with ponds, but sadly not possible yet. A grill. I think we'll do this one and we'll make it yellow. Maybe a picnic table. Yes, like that. Yeah, I like how topsy-turvy it is. It feels very whimsical to me. We won't stick to round rugs here because we have more space. Maybe this can go underneath our bed. We'll just make it really, really big. I was thinking, what other products do bees make other than honey? And they make wax. So candles. And then over here we got some soap. This one is actually called Brixie's Honey Citrus Sugar Scrub. So I thought I would include that too. I love this entrance area. So I just want to like put in a few finishing touches here and there, I think, but I'm mostly done. We'll put our 3 bug portraits for our 3 worker bees. Maybe a clock. Since this is their workspace, they can like clock in and clock out. Yeah, maybe some of these panels down here. So I usually try not to use the same art in every room. But I don't know, this is already a super weird build. So I think maybe I'm just going to put these flower pictures up everywhere. All right, I think this is it. And I think I'm ready for the house tour. Here is our house from above. And we've got a lovely view on the hill. Some normie neighbors here. Bus stop right across the street. And the trail is like right there if you want to go for a jog. And then you can overlook the town. Here's our garden. We got some apple trees, some cherry trees, lots and lots of flowers because this is a bee's paradise. Okay, and then if we come around the side here, we have a little area. It's a little bit calmer with some benches, and you can look over the view or you can have a chat. And then we've got a little grill area with a picnic table. I tried to leave it pretty wild back here. So now let's go inside, and here's our entrance first off, and it's already a little bit dizzying, like a fun house. Oops, and they put a window here when maybe I shouldn't have. Pretty basic entry. So into the kitchen, some storage here, our spices, mortar and pestle, some herbs that we're growing, and the kitchen itself with some kitchen items. Of course, we have a lot of honey. And then our other kitchen room with some more counter space, our sink and our dishwasher, and some eggs there, and a lovely view out the window. And we have a little dining nook. And the poor person with this bedroom, because if anyone is out here late at night when they're trying to sleep, that would be really annoying. We got our little pantry, food supplies, glassware, dishes, and a clock for some reason. Back through here, we have a little coffee station, kind of utilitarian. But, you know, worker bees, they got to get their energy somewhere. Coming through here, this is just a pass through. So this is one of the bedrooms, and it is very small, but I think it's also kind of cozy. Lots of plants. We got birds. We do have some honey for a midnight snack if you need it. And we got a little dresser area. Then if we back up and we go into the bathroom, this is shared between all the workers, and no privacy. There's not very much privacy in this house. I mean, there's a door, but like the windows are there. And then we go through here, and it's a little reading corner, just a big chair and a bookshelf. That's all we could fit. And this is the central room of the house. We have our little central flower plant area. And then if we go through there, we have our tea room, and it's only got 2 chairs. And again, these 2 social rooms right by the bedrooms. This person's got to be a heavy sleeper or something. This is their bedroom, and it's, again, very simple. Just a little guitar case and a plant. But look at that view. It's so nice. Then next door, we've got 2 dressers and a mirror. You can access the next bedroom straight through. In books, it has a glass, it has an alarm clock, and it has a plant, and that's basically it. Here's our TV watching area. Again, very simple, just a TV and a couch. And here's our sitting room where you can just sit and talk, and there's an empty shelf here. I guess I forgot to fill that up. So I believe we've seen all the rooms of the house now. It is quite confusing. Oh, we didn't look at the office. This one's like the recreational office. There's a computer and a desk, and that's basically all. And now if we go upstairs, this is where the queen lives, and you've got to kind of walk around to get there. I really like this section with the planters and the roses coming up around the door. So then when you come in, this is what it looks like. You got our little receiving area, a bench, you know, the queen, she gets a lot of visitors, and a computer with a laptop. And our candle collection. They are beeswax, of course. Through the archway, here's the queen's bed, 3 pillows. I don't think that's functional for 3 pairs to sleep in, but here it is, just an extra big bed. And we've got our trunks. We have our little astronomy corner here with the moon painting and the lips couch. That's so funny to me. And a little dining / meeting area. All of our soap products here, a little tea cart. And then coming around the other way, we have our dressing room. These white things, they're the windows coming through, but I don't really mind them. And then through here is our luxurious bathroom. So we've got a vanity, like a makeup corner, and I want to zoom out to show you the hexagon lights that I put up. And then through here is our bathroom. We've got our throne and our hexagon wall back there. And then you flip around and here's the bathroom with the bath. Got some shelves with supplies, some flowers, a really pretty view. I would love to take a bath here, honestly. And then we got a little shower nook as well. It's pretty basic, just got some shower supplies and the shower itself. So that's it for the queen's floor. Not as confusing to navigate for sure. And then this next floor, this is where the worker bees actually go to work. They can't go out and gather nectar in this world, but they can gather mushrooms. So we've just got a little entryway here, like a table, a mirror, these 3 bug portraits to represent our workers. We have our clock, and we have another honeycomb design. Then in the central room here, it's just a coffee station. There's a coffee machine, coffee grounds, milk, sugar, 3 cups, honey, of course. office. And then we have an easel through here. I'll take you out to the balcony because we do have enough room for one on this level. So we've got another easel there with some supplies. And you can see another build I was working on back there. Another easel here. Great view of the castle. And then just a little corner to sit at. But there's only 2 chairs, unfortunately. So not all the workers can come out here at once. We've got 2 offices with 2 desks in them each with computers. We've got another art room with an easel. And then we have a music room, piano, and a couple of guitars. And then this is the top-down view. This one's much easier to navigate. If you come up even further, this is the final floor, and it is the nursery. So right when you come in, we've got a plant room, lots of hanging plants. We're growing some flowers and herbs too. Again, we have a central room. This one has some potties and a trash can in it, and that's because this is a nursery for babies and for plants. So this floor can accommodate 3 babies. Got the crib, got some toys. We got our high chair, another nursery room for plants, another kids room, another plant room, and our final kids room. Then sadly, we can't actually make it all the way up to the atrium. This floor is kind of just for show, but I do think it tops things off nicely. And if you are a bee, you can just fly up here. And that is it for our beehive house. This is such a weird build, but I feel like it came out pretty cute and actually kind of coherent. I definitely wasn't sure what the initial plan was. I like it. I do. I think all the flowers really help tie it together. Before, it kind of looked a little bit dystopian. Now maybe it's a little bit dystopian, a little surreal and liminal, but at least it's got flowers and color. So if you're seeing this, then you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.